definitely work on that for you.
Have a blessed day. I will not take any more of your time, and
yes, sir. Yeah. All the best, sir. Thank you very much for your time. Take care. Thanks for calling eBay.
Yes, sir.
Bye for now.
So, wow, what the motherfucker you have to go through. And that, my friends, was the beginning of it. That was like, after I had already been on the motherfucking line for, let's say, I was on the line for 30 minutes, and then I started recording whenever I got transferred to the second person. So that's the whole problem with doing any kind of business online. If it seems like too good of a deal, too good to be true, then guess what? It is. Definitely. Because back, a year or 2, 3 years ago, you're cool. You're making noises. All good. Yeah, whenever I first started doing business on eBay, it was like maybe 1 in every 20 or 30 items. They were always something that was $2, $3, and it was also things that were coming from far away that would take a little while to get there. And those were the scammers. Those were the people that were taking advantage of other people by just taking a few dollars here and there. And now it's gotten to where almost any item you look up, there's a ghost item that's like $10 cheaper than that. That's not even a real motherfucking item. That people are just on there just taking people's money. And we'll talk a little bit about cryptocurrencies on one of the next episodes, because that's one way that we can avoid all of this scams and all of the bullshit going on. Is a new way to pay for things, and that's called cryptocurrency. You've probably heard of Bitcoin. You might have heard of Litecoin. You might have heard of, I think it's called Ethereum. But there are a whole new world of ways for you to be able to pay for things online, and not even online, to scan with your phone. It's actually just circumvents the fucking bank accounts. It eliminates the middleman, and it's 100% public knowledge as far as being on the up and up with transactions going nowadays. It's a whole hell of a lot safer than it used to be, and we'll get more into that, not on the next episode, but the episode after that, one or the other, the next one or the one after that. We'll talk about cryptocurrencies, but just talking about scamming and people taking your money. Wallace Wattles had a theory. Wallace Wattles was like the very first Tony Robbins. He was like an inspirational speaker. He wrote several books. He started out with like weekly helpful type thinking column in local newspapers and stuff like that. And this was back in the early 1800s. But he wrote a book that was called The Science of Getting Rich. And The Science of Getting Rich... Yeah, let it rock. The Science of Getting Rich was like... basically, wasn't talking about getting spiritually rich. He was talking about making dollar bills. And part of that was the theory of what is a good deal. How to make a good deal. And what he said is that you always have to give more in use value than you take in cash value. That doesn't mean that you have to give such an incredible deal that you don't make any money. That means that you have to give a useful item you have to give you have to give people, something that they need. May not be something that they want. And the example that Wallace Wattles used is that an Eskimo, let's say you meet an Eskimo, you meet an Indian, Native American, and you give him a motherfucking Picasso painting. It's a fucking $10,000 painting, and you give it to him for $2,000 even, right? And he hangs it on his wall, and he still goes hungry over the winter. That's a bad deal. Nobody won in that deal, okay? What you did is you really cheated that dude by giving him a good deal on that painting. Well, what he needed was he needed a rifle and a sled. And if you could provide him that rifle and a sled, even if it was for 20% more than market value, as long as it was still a fair deal, then he would be able to provide food for his family and pelts over the winter time, and he would live a more prosperous life. So even though he might have a $7,000 Picasso hanging on his wall that he got for $2,000, you did him and his family an incredible injustice by ever even bringing it up the fact that you could sell that to him. Instead of trying to search out the things that you know that his family may need in order for them to advance and move forward and prosper. And this kind of communal thinking is what makes us all become better as a society. Is that you have to give each other more in use value than you take from them in cash value. You know, there's a difference between a hustle that's legal, and there's a difference between a hustle that's going on with a hustle that's going on that's being 100%. You know, there's a hustle that isn't breaking the law. There are people that do things in their life that would be considered a hustle that would actually enrich people's lives at the end of the day. Some preachers are hustlers, man. They're trying to hustle that offering plate. You know, salesmen are hustlers. Not all hustlers are bad, because you're talking to one right now from the day I was motherfucking born. And whenever you name somebody Robert and they get a nickname named Rob, you know what I'm saying? That could be a bad rap. People think you be robbing motherfuckers all the time. So what I've done is give new meaning to the term robbed. If you got robbed, especially if you're a lady, you know that's a good thing. So just talking about the art of the deal. Another thing is these scammers, these charlatans, and these people that just come and they take your damn money. There's a problem with that. Is that these motherfuckers are doing more work than work. You're taking more time out of your day to try to fuck people around than if you had a regular 9-to-5 job. You'd be making more money. Or if you took that same hustle and did something legal, then you'd be making some motherfucking real money. And that has to do with your brain and dividing all of your whole life experience. You got to divide everything evenly between your mind, your body, and your spirit. 33%, 33%, 33%, and 1% are the brain cells that are gone already. But you can live too much for your mind, read too many books, and you're going to get complacent, you're going to get fat on the couch. When you exercise too much, you live too much for your body, yeah, you're going to be all bulked up, but you're going to be dumb. And you live too much for your spirit, you spend all your time in church, and you end up, living only for other people, living only for charity. Then you start to neglect yourself. You start to neglect from your body and your mind both. So if you can divide all three of those things evenly, and you can even get into something like Tai Chi, Taekwondo, Kung Fu, mixed martial arts, yoga, all of these things, especially whenever you're learning something new, will develop all three of those things, your mind, your body, and your spirit. And just remember that every single person has a special talent, and you're put on this earth for a reason, man. You definitely have people dependent on you, and you should definitely wake up every single day doing what you motherfucking love to do in life. In general, the world would be a better place if you woke up every day doing something that you love to do. So, fuck, if today's not the day, when is? No, what you have to do is you have to perform every single task to the best of your ability, no matter how small, no matter how big, even if you're still sucking on that old fucking company, chugging on the old company cock, chugging on that shit every day. You still have to perform every single task to the best of your ability, and that's going to help every single person around you advance with you. That's the key. And your plan's got to be to just set aside 2, 3, 5 minutes a day to do your own Robcast, or to learn how to play an instrument, or to develop those skills, or to fucking start your new business, whatever that is, to start the plans for it. But you're never going to know unless you do set that 5 minutes a day aside, and you take the time, and you invest that own time in yourself to see what's going to happen with it, whether to the negative, whether to the positive. Because at the end of the day, you're responsible for you. And the best thing that you can do for this whole motherfucking world, and every single person that loves you and every single person that you love, is to make the most of yourself. You got to make the most of yourself, period. And you can't do that tomorrow. We can make all the motherfucking notes we want to for tomorrow, but we may not wake up tomorrow. And we can be pissed off about the past, and we can live in the past, and we can reminisce about the past. But the beauty of the past is that it's behind us. So just like the fact that I might not have been ready to bring you this Robcast, but we're going to bring you what we got when we got it. The fact is, the only time that you have is the time at your hands right now as we speak. So do something fucking positive with it. Do something positive with the rest of your day. Tell that pretty girl that you're thinking about her. Tell that dude that you're interested in that y'all should go ahead and meet up for coffee. And give all your family a hug. And let them know that you motherfucking appreciate them. And every single person out there is not a charlatan, and I was not trying to make an example of this customer service person, but we all get a little bit frustrated, and I hope that their day got better after they dealt with me. Other than that, I just want to say I hope all of y'all have a super badass evening and an even better tomorrow. I am Zombie, and I've got to get the fuck out of here for the day. We'll come back live probably tomorrow, the next day, to see what's what with the what's what. And with that, we're going to leave it with you. I said with that, we're going to leave it with you. Oh, I got the wrong system. I got the wrong system.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and all you little maniacs across the world, Robcast Live is done for now, but we'll be back tomorrow. Y'all have a badass evening, even better tomorrow. Grab you a set of big, big titties and hold on for the rest of the day, and we'll be back tomorrow. This is Zombie, and I'm out of here. Peace!